Brick fans, the AMG One from Cada is now complete, and in this video I'm going to give you a very top level overview now that it's finished of what I've really thought of the build and whether you should buy it. It's important to say at this stage that this was without a doubt the toughest build I've ever taken on. Partly to do with the motorised elements, the powered elements, and partly just to do with the intricacies and the detail of the build. I've built several cars over the last 6 months from other brick makers, and that difficulty with those came from the fact that the instructions were rubbish and the product itself was just flimsy with a really poor fit. With this, the instructions are brilliant and the difficulty is by design, making it a real challenge on purpose for the experienced brick builder. Stages 2 and 3, which if you've watched one of my earlier videos you'd have seen already, were the biggest challenge. That's where the foundations are built, all the motors are added and all the cables need to be laid. During those 2 stages it's really easy to go wrong, and I did 2 or 3 times, but luckily on most occasions I caught it early. Sadly on one occasion I didn't, which is why my AMG One is slightly down on power. Somewhere along the line I forgot to plug something in, didn't connect up one of the rods, missed one of the pages in the instruction book because I was distracted, and now I have no drive on the front wheels. So mine goes, but it's only rear wheel powered, which is double annoying because I opted for the 4-wheel drive option, which gives you very limited steering. To be honest though, the only time this thing is actually going to get run up and down my kitchen floor was probably making this video. By the time you watch this, it will have taken pride of place on my display. The only time it ever being touched is probably when I clean it. For me, this set was all about the look and the build. The motorised elements were just an added bonus. Stages 4 and 5 were when this thing for me really started to come alive. The body panels where you really get to know that shape, the spoiler and the mechanism on that, and then finally to complete the set before the wheels go on, doors, which are just an absolute work of art. Super detailed, super solid in their construction, and better than any other door I've built on a 1/8 scale model. Things to watch out for on this set: where you have to turn it on and charge it is very difficult to get to once it's built. So unless you've got really skinny fingers or the patience of a saint, you're going to need to do something about that box. My advice is to get a short black USB cable, leave it in the box, and then just tuck it inside the body of the car. To turn the thing on, you might need a pen, but to be honest, I'm nitpicking. They're really small things in what was otherwise a brilliant build. The wheels were the final things to go on, and to be honest, compared to anything I've seen from any other brick maker, especially with the Michelin tyres, these things are again another work of art and a real treat to finish off the build. So, should you buy the Cada AMG One? Well, if you are a lover of cars, if you're a lover of 1/8 scale cars of any brand, this absolutely has to form part of your collection. In terms of value for money versus the Lego equivalents, it's an absolute no-brainer, powered elements or not. If you want a challenge, this is absolutely the set for you. And for me personally, now that I have this in the collection and I put it up against my previous favourite set, which is the McLaren P1, I think this is about on par, if not slightly better. If you do want to grab one of these, jump in the description box below where I've put my link and another little cheeky treat for you down there as well.